How to improve your mental health. This right here is an issue that the world is facing. It's on the rise. Depression, anxiety, PTSD, like suffering mentally is something that we're all doing, and it's continuing to rise. So I'm going to break down simple things you can do to improve your state of mind and what's helped me. And the first thing, as you can see, I'm outside in that, in nature, the sun's in my face and that. Listen, that right there is the best thing you can do for your mental health. The moment you get outside, you go for a walk, ideally in nature, you're going to feel so much better. Like, we're designed to be outdoors. We're not designed to be in a four squared place with walls and feeling trapped like a caged animal. Just like an animal being in a cage, it's not its full self. It might be there and living, but it can't be its full self. Same as the human being. If it's indoors all day, you can't be your full self. You can't be mentally sane. So get outside. If you feel tension or your mind racing or you're suffering mentally, go for that walk. Whether it's cold or not, go for that walk. Do some breath work. Make sure you get sun in your face, man. That's going to take so much weight off your shoulders. It's going to clear your mind. And on top of that, it's going to give you ideas and resolutions to your problems. So that's the easiest way to improve your state of mind. Do it as often as you can. Ideally, daily, multiple times a day, if you can. Multiple times a day, if you're able to. That right there has been the biggest game changer for my mental health. And I know a lot of other people who can testify. Secondly, you have to remember, the things that you consume affect your state of mind. Whatever you put inside your body will affect your thinking. You understand? If you're eating junk, processed foods, for example, you're not going to feel good. But not only that, if you haven't got the right nutrients in your body, because you have to remember, we're composed of nutrients, vitamins, minerals. Like, for you to function at your best, you need to have the right things in your body. If you're lacking in vitamin D, if you're lacking in vitamin A, or you're lacking in magnesium, and you're lacking in all these different essential vitamins, how are you going to feel good? How are you going to think right? It's like a car, picture a car or vehicle which does not have the requirements. The oil filter is not topped up, the air filter hasn't been looked after, the tires, like all of these things need to be on point for it to be a smooth ride. Same with the human being. For you to be a smooth ride, for you to feel at your best, you need to make sure that you have the things, or you're consuming the things which are going to allow you to feel at your best. So it's very important to get your diet right and that. It's very simple to find out what to eat. It's not hard. You know, fruits, vegetables, proteins, like, come on, you should know by now. If not, you can research it. Google, YouTube, ChatGPT, TikTok, like, I'll give you 4 sources right now. Type in how to live healthy, how foods for better health, boom. Answers will be there. But that is a huge thing as well, because you can't expect to think and feel right when you don't even put the right things in your body. Like, that's just straightforward. Now, the next point I'm going to give you is also crucial, which is your environment. Environment meaning people, environment meaning the place you consume, like your household or work, right? Now, I know changing environment can be difficult, especially getting rid of people, but really think about it. If your friends and family members are depressed and you're talking to them all the time, of course you're going to mentally suffer. Of course you're going to feel the same as them. Now, I'm not saying to stop speaking to them, but definitely you need to limit the time you spend with them, because the energy is contagious. You understand? You need to be around people who are joyful, who are cheerful, people who are motivating you, not people who are putting you down. Every time you speak to that person, they got some sub stories to tell you how life is bad, and bro, that's gonna affect your state of mind. That's gonna affect the way you feel. So if you haven't got someone who's positive, bro, it's better to be alone. It's better to work on yourself. Spend less time with these people. Obviously, try and support them the best you can, but don't be all involved in their business. It doesn't matter who it is, your friend, your parent, and that. Do what you can, but don't just sacrifice your sanity just for the sake of helping them. Like, come on, it doesn't make sense. You know, so that's a critical thing that that's what lets a lot of people down. In their finances, in their mental health, you know, in trying to get fit and healthy, the people around them. You're not going to surpass them. You're not going to do more than them. You're going to do just You're going to be around about the same as they are doing. So pay close attention to that and take the sacrifice, man. I know it's difficult, but if you care about your mental health, man, you'll definitely do it. Now, another major factor is the device you're holding right now, your phone. You being on social media, comparing yourself to other people. Every time you click on social media, Instagram, someone's living their ideal life. They're on holiday, they got six-pack, they got Ferrari, and you're comparing yourself to people that seem to be doing better than you. So it makes you feel low, it makes you feel depressed, it makes you feel anxious, it makes you feel, makes you suffer mentally. Like, why is this person got all of these things and living the ideal life? All these people are doing well and I'm suffering. I'm stuck at this job. I haven't got a good physique, or you understand? The comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. So what I would suggest is use social media only when you need it and unfollow the people who are not giving you any value. If the person's not bringing you any value and every time you click on that person's page, it's making you feel low, just unfollow them. You understand? Use social media to gain information, to, use it to better yourself. Don't use it just to sit there and compare yourself all day. Because regardless of if you want to do or not, the more you watch other people, the more you compare yourself to them. That's the truth. When someone does well or doing something, you can be happy for them, but low key, you feel a type of way. Like, when is it my time? When am I going to get this blessing or this way of life? Right? So we don't need to spend that much time on social media, man. Spend time on yourself, self-mastery, self-improvement. That's what you need to focus on. Which brings me to the next point. You're going to suffer mentally if you're not evolving. If you're stuck in the same position, you're not improving your body, your finances not getting better, you're still in the same environment, you're going to suffer mentally. You're not going to suffer if you're improving. If you see your physique is getting better, your health is improving, your finances and business is improving, then you're going to feel good mentally, right? So you need to get on your self-improvement journey. You need to work on yourself. There should be no time to be feeling sad and depressed all day because you're too busy working on yourself, being proactive, which actually made me think of a next point, which is boredom. Right? If you're not a proactive man, if you're not someone who is improving themselves and you're bored all the time, mental health is literally knocking at your door. But if you're proactive, you're working on your business, you're working on your body, you're putting positivity in the air, and you got so many things to do. You got a schedule, a routine that you're following. That right there is going to keep your mind occupied. It's only when you're still, it's only when you're sitting there, got nothing to do, where all of these thoughts creep in. But the more you move, the less likely you are to suffer mentally, which again brings me to the next point, which is working out consistently. You see, the mental health, the thoughts you're having is an emotion. The frustration, the anger, the stress is a emotion. The best way to transmutate the emotion is to do physical activity, weight training, running, fighting, some physical activity which you can divert your energy, your emotion, your frustration into. Don't just look at it as, trying to get muscles and all that. It's not about that. It's about taking your emotion and putting it to use for something constructive. Instead of smoking or drinking or taking substances, you're taking the emotion and you're putting it to use on something which will benefit you, on something which will alleviate the tension in your mind. It's crucial. If you don't do that, you're going to suffer. So I'll give you 5-6 solid points that if you follow even just one of them, even if you take one of the points I gave you, it's going to make a big difference in your life. If you take all of them, that's it. You clock the game. You beat the matrix. So that's it, nice and simple.